What's going on, kinfolk? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about red flags. You guys that have watched my channel over the last few years know that I'm always talking about the importance of not ignoring red flags, even the seemingly insignificant ones when you're dating. I've learned the hard way, as you all know that have been with me for a while, that if you do ignore them, they will not just go away, and they can dramatically affect your life if you choose to move forward in the relationship anyway, even when there are things that you find questionable about the person that you're dating. So I wanted to break it down for you and give you 7 specific red flags that you absolutely should not ignore when you're dating someone. So if you want to hear what those red flags are, then keep on watching. Number 1, he or she is too agreeable. When in conversation with someone you're dating, if this person never disagrees with you about anything and they just so happen to like every single thing that you like and they dislike the exact same things that you dislike, then I would just pause and just pay more attention to their actions to see if they line up over time. When someone's too agreeable, then most likely they're just trying to like and dislike the same things as you because they want you to like them, and they're too afraid to be who they really are in fear that it will run you off. While it doesn't sound like much of a big deal to some, this is a huge issue. It starts with small things like taste in food and music, and can carry into major subjects like whether you want to have children or other major decisions in life. You don't want to be blindsided thinking that you're on the same page. Then when the time comes to follow through on big life decisions, you find out that your new spouse feels a completely different way about it than you do. Whether the things your person is being agreeable about are big or little, it's still essentially a lie, and they aren't being true to who they really are. This stems from major insecurities and can lead to major disaster in the future. Number 2, he or she doesn't have close friends, and if they do, they aren't godly friends. If the person you're dating doesn't have any close friends, then this is a huge red flag. If someone doesn't have any close friends at all, then there is likely a reason for that. Usually, if this is the case, then there's a high chance that this person is one who keeps people at arm's length out of fear that they will see who they really are. People who never let anyone get close to them and they have no close friends at all typically have things that they may be trying to hide. And this could also be a sign of major shame issues and potentially personality disorders. If the person you're dating is a man or woman of God and they do have close friends, but these friends don't live godly lives, then this is also a huge red flag. If the person claims that they live a godly life and care about the things of God, but hang out with people who like to go out and drink and party and do things that don't line up with the life that God would be pleased with, then this is not something that should be ignored. My mom used to say this and it always made me mad, but birds of a feather flock together. If the people your significant other is closest to live lives that contradict how he or she claims they live, then there could be a chance that this person might not be living the way they say they are. The people we surround ourselves with on a regular basis will inevitably influence us. Even if you're not an easily influenced person, there is no way to spend so much time with someone and not pick up on their habits, behaviors, and ways of thinking. It is important to be equally yoked with your closest friends as well. If your man or woman is a strong man or woman of God and all of his or her friends are not, then pump those brakes, because that is a red flag. Number 3, he or she treats people poorly. If you're with your boo thing and they are rude or dismissive to people, then this is also a red flag. For example, if they speak to servers at restaurants as if they're solely there to serve them and they're not kind and gracious towards them, then this is a big deal. If they lack empathy towards people who are not like them and are dismissive and unfriendly to others when you're out in public, then this is something to pay attention to. How someone treats other people is a big deal. Everyone deserves kindness and respect. And if that is lacking, then this is something that none of us should ever ignore for any reason. Number 4, he or she is easily angered. If the person that you're dating is someone who is very easily angered, then this is a huge red flag. Everyone has their moments where they get angry, but if they get upset easily over small things like traffic or how people drive every single time they get in the car, or if they get easily angered when little irritating things happen in life like they often do, then this is something to pay attention to also. It doesn't seem like a big deal to many people, and I guess if you're someone who's easily annoyed and angered, then you could see this as normal behavior. But if you're someone who is positive and lets small things go instead of letting them upset you every single time something happens, then this is not something that'll be okay for you in the long run. Not to mention, if the person is someone who gets angry over small things, this could be a sign of a deeper issue that they could be suppressing. And there's only so long that someone can suppress their issues before they project them onto you. Number 5, he or she calls you drama when you hold them accountable to how they treat you or talk to you. If you tell the person you're dating that you didn't like how they treated you or how they spoke to you, and their response is to tell you that you're being over dramatic, or they find a way to turn it around and make it your fault, run. This is a classic narcissistic trait, and this is one of the biggest red flags in the existence of red flags. You will never win with a narcissist, so don't even try. If you have an issue with someone and he or she doesn't value you enough to hear your perspective, try to understand how you feel, and communicate to resolve the issue, then this is not someone you want to be with. If they dismiss your emotions just because they don't understand them, then this is something that will continue. If you're dismissed for how you feel about something and they never try to understand or work through the issue, then this person lacks emotional maturity. Run. Number 6, he or she is always late to work and doesn't take their responsibilities seriously. Now, being late to work doesn't seem like a big deal. And if it's not a habitual thing, then it's really not a big deal. But when it's something that is done repeatedly, then it shows a lack of respect and integrity. Unless the job doesn't require them to be there at a specific time, of course. And obviously, this is just my own personal opinion. Also, if they have commitments that they don't take seriously, then this too is something to watch. If someone makes a commitment, then it becomes a responsibility. If they don't take their word seriously, then this could eventually reflect in your relationship over time. It's more an issue of integrity than anything else, and could eventually become a big issue in your relationship. Number 7, you can't put your finger on it, but something is just not right. This is one that I think people ignore the absolute most. When there is something not quite right. You can't put your finger on it, but it's something in your spirit that is telling you that something is off. Then this is a huge red flag. You don't have to be able to pinpoint it. If something in your spirit is off about the person that you're with and you don't have complete peace about this person, then run. Do not ignore this. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone. If something in your spirit doesn't feel right, then something is not right. Run for the hills, and do not ever look back. These are just a few of many red flags to not ignore. I will most likely do another video with more of what I feel are red flags, but for now, I wanted to give you some of what I feel are the most important ones. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree? And what are some red flags that you feel are important to not ignore? Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to receive updates when I post new videos, and I will see you all in the next one. I love you guys.